Well, this is a truly special day in Kano Daily Land. Get 2 videos. One driving to work and one driving home from work. How special is that? Actually, it's kind of in line with the video I made this morning, though. I even wrote myself a note to remember. It's about getting what you deserve. Really more about giving other people what they deserve, you know, but so I kind of lost my voice today. But that's what you hear all the time, you know. You deserve a break today. Every time you turn on the television, there's some lawyer saying, oh no, what, you don't know how to walk? You tripped over your own 2 feet? It's not really your fault. Don't worry. We'll find someone to blame for it. And we'll get you every penny you deserve. You know, you deserve a lot. It's always about you, what you deserve. You should have this. People trying to sell you something on TV. You know, you deserve to have this. And so that's what people worry about. You know, it can happen to expats too. You know, you get to a point in your life where you're retired. You've been out working 50 years or more, and you think, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to have the life I deserve. And that's what you're worried about. And then let's say you go to the Philippines and you get settled over there, and you start thinking, you know, man, I deserve to have fun. I deserve this, I deserve that. You see all the beautiful girls. You see all the guys on YouTube. Always have some new girl. Or you got some young girl running around barely clothed to get views for their YouTube channel and stuff. And you think, man, I can have that too. In fact, I deserve it. And maybe you do, you know. But when it comes to talking about relationships, the thing we need to think about more sometimes than what we deserve is what the other person deserves. I was watching a video today by a certain British guy who will remain nameless. He's talking about, you know, making sure that you're not getting treated like a doormat. You know, no more Mr. Nice Guy. And some interesting comments to go along with that. You know, and you gotta put your foot down, show somebody who's boss sometimes, you know, whenever they don't give you the respect and everything that you deserve. And, you know, you don't want to be too nice of a person sometimes, because then you get taken advantage of. And that's very true. Very true. You can easily be taken advantage of if people think that you're too nice. Especially if they think that you're not just nice, but you're innocent, you know? That you don't really know what's going on. A lot of people try and find a way to take advantage of you. But if you're in a relationship, instead of always thinking about what you deserve out of that relationship, I deserve to be respected. I deserve to be treated like the head of the house. I deserve, you know, to always be involved in every decision or whatever the case may be. Some of these guys over there, they don't like it just because sometimes, you know, they don't understand what everybody's saying around them. And they think it's rude, you know, that my wife is not including me in the conversation. Everybody's just babbling away in Tagalog or Visaya or whatever. And they feel that that's a disrespect to them. It's like a lot of these guys, they're looking for reasons to feel disrespected. Judging by some of the videos that a lot of these guys make, it doesn't take very much to make them feel like they are being disrespected or walked on, Obviously, you can be involved with a woman, and they can take advantage of you. Or maybe their family tries to take advantage of you. Whatever the situation may be. But in a successful relationship, both people have to be thinking about what the other person deserves. A lot of guys, they get involved with some young girl, and I'm saying the word girl just because, once you get to a certain age, everybody looks like a kid. I don't really spend as much time hanging out at bars and stuff as I used to, but I used to be sitting at a bar, see these people down at the other end drinking, and I'm like, damn, those kids are old enough to drink. Because once you get to a certain age, everybody just looks so young, A lot of times, guys go over there to the Philippines and they get involved with some woman who's maybe in her 20s, 30s, whatever, a good bit younger than them, and they have a tendency to look at them as a child or something. And they seem to want that woman to treat them as some kind of a father figure instead of viewing it as actually being in a real relationship. A lot of the guys will tell you, that's the way they look at it, that it's a transactional relationship. They're getting a hot young woman to give them some fun, maybe, sexual pleasure. She can serve as a tour guide, help them get around. She can go out and buy groceries and stuff so they don't have to pay the foreigner tax, things like that. And then in return, they are giving them, a nice, comfortable life. Whether it's just for the moment or if it's a permanent relationship, and they've actually, gotten married to the person or what. But they really view it, even in their own minds, as a transactional relationship. And a lot of times they basically have the attitude, because that's how they look at it. There's that, natural tendency for them to assume that the other person is looking at it that way too. And you can see it in their videos that some of these guys make, that she's not with you because she loves you, you're her ATM, you're the prize, That's how they tell you, look at yourself as like you're the prize, and they're trying to grab it, and they've hit the lottery with you, And so a lot of these guys, they, even though they want to believe that, hey, they can have a real, loving relationship with someone, still there's a tendency on their part to view it as some kind of a transaction. And because of that, they often don't treat their wife the way they should. They don't treat her the way that two people who are involved in a real relationship, a real romantic relationship, who are in love with each other and married to each other, should be treating each other, In the back of their mind, no matter what they might say or, what the situation actually is, they tend to look at it as a transactional kind of thing. They're still worried about protecting their income. They still think that this woman couldn't possibly really be in love with them, that she's just using them for their money. And because of that, sometimes they don't really pay attention to what they owe that woman, which is to take care of her emotionally. You have to, you're responsible, like I said, excuse me, like I said in that video I made this morning, for her emotional well-being and health. Some delicious ice water. Help me get rehydrated. But you're responsible for taking care of your wife, not just, financially, like it's a business transaction. She is looking at you, even though you might not want to believe it sometimes, as her husband. And a husband needs to take their wife's feelings into consideration. You need to be nurturing and growing that relationship. and trying to make it stronger. That's like I was talking about this morning. Instead of just sitting there on the sofa watching TV, well, whatever, and expecting her to take care of everything. It might be nice to show her, look, I know you're really tired today and you worked hard, and, I can do these dishes or whatever it is, pick up some stuff around the house. At least show that you're making an effort and it's a joint thing. Not that she's like your, just kind of like your live-in maid / hooker / tour guide. And a lot of guys, I think, make that mistake over there in the Philippines when they are married to a much younger woman. We can argue about how much, a much older or much younger person is, exactly what the number would be, because I don't think it really makes a difference. Even if that person is a good bit younger than you, they look at you as their husband, They have that cultural background and inclination when they get married to you, take care of you, and have that relationship with you. And they expect for you to look at them as your wife, And a lot of guys, they just can't get over that hump, I think. They've been so brainwashed into thinking about themselves, and make sure you don't get walked over. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Don't let yourself be taken advantage of. And they're so concerned about that they are not capable of having a real, serious, mature relationship. Because to have that, you can't be holding yourself back and just looking at it as a transaction. You have to be committed to that relationship and give of yourself and make it happen and make it last and make it be a success. I don't know if part of the problem is that a lot of guys, once they get to a certain age, shifting my visor back and forth, I don't know if the problem is that once they get to a certain age, that they just don't have the energy anymore for all of that, or what. I don't know if it's just, the age and just being tired and you're ready to not, have a huge output of energy on anything, or if maybe it's just that from a romantic point of view, having a lower libido or something, so they just aren't naturally thinking about the thing in a romantic way so much. And because of that, it just doesn't really cross their mind the way it should to be a good husband, But that's what you need to think about. What does your wife deserve? It's not about just, you getting what you deserve. She's in that relationship too. And if it's going to be a real relationship, she needs to get what she deserves out of it. She deserves to have a loving husband who treats her right, who treats her like his wife, and gives her love and respect and attention, and doesn't just look at her as, the live-in help. And I think a lot of these older expats, they're just not capable of doing that. But if you want to have a successful relationship, it doesn't matter if you're old and she's young. You have to find the energy to do it.